Your thoughts, brother. Honest opinion.
I like it. I like the song.
Kind of gets me fired up.
It's a good tune.
Seriously.
A little something different, we're modernizing, I suppose.
Yeah. Season 2 premiere right now, boys.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that the NFL draft is going on. And, oh, hey, speaking of the devil. Bear, what do you think of the Bears move, man? We're Bear fans.
I like the pick.
Yeah.
I just don't know
Big
if I
Roethlisberger
like
fan.
them. I don't know if
I
I
think
like
they could
them.
have waited. I don't
Yeah.
know if they had to move up a spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the pick, but I don't
I
know
know
if
San
they had
Francisco was in the market for a quarterback. I don't know if they would have taken him second. I don't know. But I mean, I'm okay with it.
Like I said, and you guys just call me a Bear hater, but
You are a Bear hater.
no, I mean, I honestly, I think he's good, but it doesn't make sense to me from the front office standpoint. You gave up, 3 other draft picks?
2/3 and a 4th, and then next year's 5th or something like
So
next year's third.
to
Next
draft
year's
a
third?
guy that you probably don't expect to start, which I think is a good thing. Don't
that?
get me wrong.
No. I'm the opposite. He's got to start.
Well,
Drafted him
but you
second
just
overall.
paid John Glenn all that money.
Mike Glennon.
Oh, John Glenn was an astronaut. He's probably not a quarterback.
Idiot.
Well,
No,
okay.
what I'm saying is though,
you
why
gotta start him.
you need a plan. You can't go out and pay this guy that I don't even know why they
well,
paid
you
him that.
can't expect the 49ers to take this deal.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm just saying that because I happen to stumble on this. I think you guys as Bear fans would enjoy this. Quarterbacks drafted in the first round in 2006 were Vince Young, Matt Leonard, and Jay Cutler.
Matt Leinart.
Leinart, whatever.
Yeah, you're dumb. But no, I mean Vince Young wasn't bad.
In the pros,
I mean he had a couple decent years in Tennessee.
I thought they gave up a lot when because here's the thing: the Bears, how many games they win last year?
3.
3. So they need a lot of people. So
They need defense.
yeah, exactly. And what have the Patriots done? Bottom loaded, get numbers, because you know what, the draft is like a lottery. So rather than move up to get the guy, which and again I like the pick. I think honestly he's probably the quarterback for the future for sure. But at the same time, I don't think he's a can't miss prospect. So
I think they should have stayed at number 3
And
and then
instead
saw
of
if
trading.
see if he fell, and if he does fall,
Then
fine,
then
you got
take
him. And if he doesn't
Or go
fall,
defensively.
go defense.
Yeah.
Right? See, so that's the only
I
thing.
agree.
I think they got a little excited.
I do
because,
I like Trubisky though. That's
well,
why.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well, and
but-
I know, but I think Cleveland was purposely saying, "Hey, we're going to grab him," so that everyone was get a little panicky on the old button, and then when they didn't grab
Chicago
him, the Bears were like, "Hey, we need to get up and get him." So I mean, that's my thoughts.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Like I said, as Bear fans, you should be excited because
we haven't had
know,
a decent quarterback in a
if
while.
he's the next Dak Prescott, but picked a lot earlier and a lot more money is going to be given up
That's
for him.
fine.
But
Jamal Adams, safety out of LSU, picked 6th to the Jets. So with that, we're going to move on. Again, this is season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2, episode 1. Our main topic is NFL draft, obviously, just because that's going on. And obviously, we're going to give you some Milwaukee Bucks updates here as we go. But we're just going to go with our quick hitters here for the weekend. This was kind of a quick hitters from this week and last week, because last week we didn't podcast. That was our off week. It's our bye week.
Yep.
First one ever.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
was
salty
good.
about it still. But
So-
well, no, I was able to get some rest, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to get back. Because you didn't want to rest me for the playoffs. So,
Correct. Steve Kerr is
so
not
I apologize to all those fans that paid money for the tickets.
now we're gonna have 0 views.
All right.
Steve Kerr's not coaching due to illness. The latest reports are saying, and I'm not sure how true these are. I think these are just reporters and people trying to make a little bit of money, a little bit of news, stirring the pot a little bit. But the reports are saying that he may not ever be able to coach again. Do you guys buy that?
Okay, what type of illness would keep you from
here's
coaching?
what it was. So apparently he's got a back
It's a
problem.
back thing, right? He had
And
surgery
so
last
he had
year.
surgery on it, but it was a really bad surgery. So now he's got spinal fluid leaking, which is causing him to be really nauseous and dizzy, and he's got he's throwing up and stuff. So apparently that's what it is. But I guess the deal is he can't sit for very long.
Okay, I mean most coaches stand anyway.
Pace aside, I don't know, but a back injury, I would hate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think there are a lot of things you could deal with, but a back injury, because he had surgery, right? Because Luke Walton, that's where Luke Walton kind of got his big start, was last year on their historic run. Luke Walton replaced him. So, I don't know. It's weird. I feel bad for him, especially when he's got a team like that.
Yeah, that's stacked.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? like you said, I think I would have them make some sort of chair. Hell, I'd sit in a beanbag and coach those
Phil
guys.
Jackson did it with a bad back.
Well, he had that big
Yeah.
chair. That's what I'm saying. I would make my doctors have something. Heck, I have a puke bucket over there.
Yeah.
Hitch up a pee bag.
Well, you're right.
Put a catheter in. I
with
don't
that
care.
team, you could wrap
really,
up some
you really,
wins
yeah.
and-
What do you got to do? You got to call a timeout once in a while and say,
Yeah, I mean, you're coaching professional basketball.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
It's like,
basically,
what do you guys want to run? All right, perfect. Go. You can sit in your chair. Honestly, coaching Golden State,
Yeah,
I
you're
could do
not
that.
coaching.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
I honestly could probably lead them to a title this year.
Well,
I
yeah.
agree. Yesterday, and part of today, excuse me, ESPN fired over 100 employees, including legendary ESPN analysts and SportsCenter anchors Ed Werder and John Butchie Gross.
Did they give a reason, a statement?
Oh, I think
don't
part
think
of it is, and this goes
Downsizing.
This goes back to
Well, they have no one.
yeah.
No one watches ESPN.
This goes back to what I said a couple episodes ago. Was in today's world with social media and Twitter and all that, how many people actually watch SportsCenter and ESPN for breaking news?
Right,
Because
and
it's already
that's right.
broke on Twitter.
And you saw with ESPN 6 or whatever they call it,
SportsCenter 6.
SportsCenter 6.
Oh, it's Bear's favorite show.
I
But
hate it.
That's what I'm saying. You knew it was coming because they are now trying to be an entertainment industry.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
said
Like I
it,
said-
Rod, cleavage.
When I was joking around kind of a little bit, but the truth was, how many more young women are they on the show that are
Well, they did fire my
anchors?
girl Britt McHenry, and she's
Oh,
smoking.
that's too bad. But yeah,
Well, she did have.
She had an
there was
issue
a
in
video out there.
2015,
that,
she
yeah.
was cussing and swearing at a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but still, she's pretty hot, so that sucks.
but yeah, they're changing because they have to. I mean, the
Oh, right.
world's different.
Exactly.
like
I
even-
told you the other day, I don't ever watch SportsCenter anymore. I literally go on Twitter, and that's
Yeah,
My highlights-
I used to watch SportsCenter.
Yeah.
yeah. But now you
religiously
can go on
back in
Twitter,
the day.
and there's your highlights, there's your
I mean,
post
I
game
don't even know what
stats.
channel it's on.
I mean, yeah, that's
anymore,
what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, as a
good
younger
point.
guy, because hell, I was around when it first came out. And you're
Yeah.
like, man, whatever friend of yours actually had cable.
That was where you
at
went.
10 o'clock. You had to be there. 10 o'clock SportsCenter. That was the only.
Oh, really?
And then in college, same thing. If you didn't catch the 10 o'clock, you would actually drag yourself out of bed and catch the morning version of it. To see what was going on because and as a college kid, it was better than reading the paper. But now, heck, like I said, you can stream everything. You can see everything.
Right,
You can see
right.
every replay.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
on
like you
Twitter.
can go on Twitter.
You
and-
don't need them to tell you what just
Oh, and
happened.
it's funny because it's like SportsCenter, and this is part of why I never understood it. ESPN sends you alerts if there's something.
Yeah, on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if something's
If
breaking,
something- yeah.
they send you an
Right,
alert and say,
so-
"Hey, go to the Twitter," and they'll show you.
Right.
So it's crazy. But Blake Griffin out for the rest of the playoffs with a toe injury. What do you guys think about that? Is that the end of the big three as they know it in LA, as far as Chris Paul, Blake Griffin,
I
and DeAndre
think
Jordan?
so. Haven't
It
the
has to
Clippers
be.
been talking about trading Blake Griffin?
Yeah, he was actually a trade deadline, a hot item for.
Yeah,
I think Boston was pretty interested.
And Chris Paul's getting pretty old, ain't he?
Yeah,
He's
he's
getting
still
up
pretty
there.
good.
I would say to be honest with you, he's probably still the best player on that team. But here's the thing: the Clippers in the Western Conference are a 4 to 6 seed every year.
Yeah.
They
Win
might
a
win
series.
one series,
Yep.
and then they're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't make any changes, that's exactly where you are. So the question here is: would you rather maybe suck for a year, try to get some young guns? You know what I mean? Trade, maybe keep one veteran around.
Keep
I
Chris
think that's
Paul.
what you got to do.
I mean, that's what I would do. As
Yeah.
an owner, that's the way I would go. I'm like, listen, we're going to unload all of our older assets. We're going to get young in a hurry and maybe keep, like I said, a Chris Paul, kind of groom somebody so that we can at least, keep things interesting. They got to get out of the market. We were talking about that this weekend. They have to get out of L.A.
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you
Who's
can't
that,
share
the
an
Clippers?
arena. The
They're
Clippers.
sharing a
Oh.
stadium with the Lakers. I mean,
It's the same thing with the Giants and the Jets. I never understood
Well, yeah, but
that.
football's
stupid.
different. There's only 8 home games per
Yeah.
team. Here you're talking
And these guys-
41 home games
yeah.
per team. If I'm in that area, and you have to understand in LA, it's not like traffic is that much fun. So most
and
of
they're
the people,
both in the West.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they play
one's,
each other.
No one's going to say, "Hey, I'm driving down from Northern California to go watch the Clippers."
How many times do they play each other? Clippers, Lakers.
And so then they play each other.
In
What
a
is it? 4
season.
times or 6 times if they're in the same division?
And
So,
it's dumb.
Get out.
Go to Las Vegas with the Raiders.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Or go back to San Diego. That's where they were.
What do you
Yeah.
think, though? So now I always think of it. I mean, I'm a basketball coach. I love coaching basketball. So, like, what does this mean for Doc Rivers? More importantly, I mean, if all of his big three leave and they tank for 2 years, is he gone too?
No, I think they'll keep him.
Maybe
Remember,
Doc will go to the Bulls or something.
Doc.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's not as bad.
When
Well,
Doc-
Hoiberg might. Did you guys see Hoiberg's press conference last
he
night?
just walked
Well,
out.
so remember when it was Game 4, and he was complaining about Isaiah Thomas palming the ball.
Yeah.
Last night, they asked him, Coach, did you see Isaiah Thomas palming the ball at all tonight? And he said, nope, and walked out. He might be.
I'm telling you what.
I never liked that hire to begin
Here's
with.
a weird thing with Hoiberg. I thought the first 2 games saved him. Said, okay, you know what? The Bulls fans,
right.
Because
When
the
it was
Bulls
in
fans,
Boston.
I was listening to 670 The Score, and they're talking about the next series already, how they match up. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
like
really?
they were okay. This, and it did. The first 2 games, the Bulls looked like the 1 seed. Boston
And they
looked
did
like the
it
8
in
seed.
the garden.
Yeah,
So
they
that
did it in the
was
garden as the 8
impressive.
seed.
And
So
then
it's
you
like,
said to me
I
last
said
night, Big Rod, that until last night,
Mhm.
the home team didn't win a single game
Right.
in that series.
And so,
which is amazing.
if this is a monumental collapse, he may have bought himself another year, but and especially after that news conference. The thing is, if you're
Well, hold on.
Popovich,
A
if you're
team still hasn't. Home team still hasn't.
yeah,
won.
no, they did.
No,
yeah.
last night Boston did.
Boston won in the Garden.
Oh,
because
okay,
now
okay.
everything's 2-2,
Yeah,
1-1-1.
2-2.
But
Okay, I got
the
you.
thing is with Hoiberg,
I was getting mixed up with baseball. And
if
stuff.
you're if you're Popovich, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you're Russell Westbrook,
Oh, yeah.
you can do that.
Right.
If you are Fred, I was about to call him Frank Hoiberg, you can't do that. You really can't. You just can't. You have not earned it yet.
Correct.
I actually had this conversation with one of our athletes who was acting like a dumbass at one of the track meets. I'm like, you're a freshman. Okay, you have not earned any respect around here. You're a freshman. If you are a junior or senior and you have been a varsity athlete at these meets where people know you're pretty good, fine.
Well, and honestly, when they hired Hoiberg, I was like, why? He came from Iowa State, and I know Iowa State's Bear, I hate to say this as a Kansas fan, but the Big 12 outside of Kansas and a select few, it's not the toughest
Well,
conference.
Iowa State has been pretty
Agreed.
good at basketball because they bring in all those JC guys.
Well, what I'm saying is, I
Because
think
you
the
can't
Bulls
recruit
reached.
at Ames, Iowa.
The Bulls reached.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at some of the assistant coaches in the NBA. They got Mike Brown in Golden State, who's probably he led Cleveland. Well, I guess I'm killing myself here because LeBron. Okay, you're right. Dumb argument, but I'm just saying there.
But no, the thing is, here's.
I think that Chicago reached in the long run.
They did
with Hoiberg.
Because what do? If you get rid of a coach because you're not happy with his system,
Jonathan Allen went to the Chargers, 7th overall. Sorry, Big Rod.
okay, no, that's fine. Because Thibodeau was all defense. And
I
kinda
loved
had
him.
And exactly, but he had a boring offense. So what do?
Which is fine.
You go get what's considered the offensive guru and figure he can come in, keep.
And what hurt Chicago this year?
Their offense? They can't shoot threes. So yeah, whatever.
I agree.
They're done.
Oklahoma passes a law allowing universities to sue sports boosters and agents who expose schools to NCAA sanctions. You guys okay with that?
I'm reading it over again. Hold on.
So basically, what it means is if
Okay, the university can sue an agent if
So if I'm a booster and I give Bear $10,000 cash
to
have
go
some
to that
fun,
school,
yeah.
or am I
then-
already enrolled?
No, you're already enrolled. Here's come down here, work at my car dealership. I'm going to give you $10,000 for those 2 hours you worked.
remember,
And then if that school lands on probation, then now Oklahoma can sue me for doing that, right? That's what that's saying. Because I was having trouble reading into it too, but I think that's what that's saying.
I
lied to you. San Diego took Mike Williams from.
No,
Clemson.
I agree with the agents part, but
I lied.
boosters.
This goes back
I could
to
be a booster for a university.
You know what this goes
right?
back to? It'd be crazy if this was in place. Remember the U with Nevin Shapiro?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what this is.
Oh, it still goes on today.
Well,
I know it does, but I'm just saying.
Agent, wasn't he?
Nevin Shapiro was
He was
like
he
was a booster.
But he was also an agent, I think.
Yeah.
Was he?
He had his hand in a lot of different pockets.
But
See, as
right.
a booster, I think you can do that, but as a sports
well, the
agent,
NCAA doesn't allow it, but it happens a lot. You know what I mean? If you're that booster, and and a lot of times it's kind of legit. Like those boosters, like I said. I mean, if you think about it, if I'm a multimillionaire, have a large company, I call the football coach, hey, I need this warehouse cleaned out.
Yeah.
You send 10 guys over, and then I have them punch in and log in and stuff like that. But I might give them a little bit of a boost of a salary.
Maybe
that happens.
I don't think the Oklahoma Sooners are gonna be good anymore.
I mean, Ohio's yeah.
Hey, Big Rod, did Carolina trade up?
I have no idea. I haven't been.
I thought
watching.
Carolina was 13th pick.
I have no
And
idea.
now they're 8. No, I was reading my little draft log here wrong. San Diego took Mike Williams 7th overall.
Okay.
I thought it was Jonathan Allen, but that's fine. That's a good pick. Philip Rivers is getting old, and whatever. Next one. Teen in Georgia admits to killing her grandparents and sealing up in their room. Then invites her friends over for a party.
I don't know what to think about this.
Well, at least
I don't know.
At
what
least
to say.
they won't be angry for the noise down below.
So I was reading the article.
About it.
She sealed their room up with caulk so that the smell of dead people wouldn't get out in the party.
Oh, so she planned this a couple days earlier.
Correct.
Okay.
And her and her boyfriend, actually.
Okay.
So it was two. It was
Well,
two people.
you know,
The boyfriend took the grandpa, and
I think sometimes you need to teach kids problem-solving skills, and that's pretty good. The party was probably kind of dead. Ba-bum-bum.
oh, okay.
That was terrible. All right, move on.
Derrick Rose gets a standing O with the UC in Game 4.
Oh, he deserves it.
I think he does too.
Absolutely.
As well. Derrick Rose is one of the best Bulls players to ever play.
Yep.
Madison Bumgarner placed on DL after a dirt bike accident. Says he could miss 2 or more months.
That is huge.
Now, hold on. The story behind this
That is
was
huge.
in his contract, there was some sort of unwritten thing where if he has a non-baseball injury, his guaranteed money goes away.
No, there are a lot of
Right?
contracts like that in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Where if
Like
you
you go parasailing, you know what I mean? You do
Yeah.
anything kind of risky and hurt yourself,
It's-
that you don't get them.
so
yeah.
now that was the news, but obviously I was
That's why
hearing
a lot of them make up stories like I fell down the stairs or
Yeah,
I cut
right.
my
right.
finger on a
But the
dish.
the
'cause-
story is because Madison Bumgarner is a household name and he's probably one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
That the Giants are kind of just going to
Sweep it under the rug.
Yeah. because they could say okay fine we're not going to pay you, but they also know that
He'll leave or something.
or he's the one of the best pitchers in the league, so they kind of need him. So
Well,
was
the same thing happened to Roethlisberger. Remember that?
Yeah.
Roethlisberger wrecked his motorcycle, and he
Oh,
had a
that's
thing
right,
in
that's
there.
right,
But
that's
the
right.
Steelers were like okay, and then there are other guys, but there are other guys too. I think there was what was he doing? I think it was the same thing. It was like a four-wheeler accident, and I forget. It's been a while ago where the team just cut him.
Two
They-
months. That's like
Oh, in baseball,
Well,
that's starting
12
pitcher?
starts.
Yeah,
That's 12
Yeah.
starts. That's wow. And
Yeah.
Bumgarner's pretty
good.
pretty good, man.
He is good. Rumor has it Aaron Hernandez wrote a handwritten letter to his gay prison lover. Big Rod, go ahead.
Don't
This is
believe
your
it.
boy. Big Rod, this is your boy.
no way,
I don't believe
No
it
way,
at
he
all.
says.
no, fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. Yeah,
Dude,
where's Colin?
yet- Man, I don't know.
Dale Jr. retiring
do
after
gay
this
stuff in
season.
Well, they probably do gay stuff, but I don't think that's technically lover stuff.
Yeah, you're
Christian McCaffrey, 9th overall to Carolina.
All right,
Did you
Dale
hear that one,
Earnhardt
Big
Jr. to
Yep.
retire after
Yeah,
this
McCaffrey
season.
went 9th
He
overall.
did go top 10.
I
you go.
knew that was coming. Good pick by Carolina. Yeah, Dale Jr.'s retiring after this year.
Yep.
I think after
You
this,
see, he's a Hall
so,
of Famer, right?
NASCAR's going to go downhill after this
I think
year.
NASCAR's taken a hit, hasn't it?
Because Dale Jr.
He was the face of NASCAR for the last
He
20
has
years.
been, yeah. I wouldn't say 20 years, but
That put you in 1997. He's been racing since then.
close. Yeah, but his dad died in 101. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Earnhardt, the name in itself.
yeah, the Earnhardt is the name of NASCAR.
Yeah,
You know?
and I think it is weird how NASCAR, because like I said, obviously I've never been a fan where I would say I'm going to sit down and, I got to set aside time to
It
watch
would
a
be
race.
fun as hell to race, though.
Yeah.
And I'd love to actually go to a race.
I would love to
I-
be
I
one of the
think-
drivers.
Bear, would you go to a race?
I don't know.
Here's what
I don't know.
NASCAR needs. NASCAR
If it was
needs,
the Daytona 500, I would.
NASCAR
Okay.
needs to push itself almost into the WWE category.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
need some
okay.
villains.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, where they need some villains. They need a guy occasionally just to wreck a no-name guy. You know what I mean? So
But you
like,
can
Just so that
die.
one guy's the bad guy. But just so that one guy. That's true. That's true. You could actually die.
you
They're
know,
going
but maybe
200 miles an hour.
I know what you're saying.
toward the back of the pack. You know, just something.
Or in
more.
pit row, just.
Or at least go in pit row and punch somebody. You know, it needs.
They
to,
do that.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is, ESPN. Well, although ESPN's becoming obsolete,
That's true.
and I think maybe that's part of it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, if I'm on ESPN.com or whatever, I see more soccer scores than NASCAR.
You're absolutely right.
Than
That's
NASCAR
true,
things.
right.
Like I know more about Manchester United than I know about
Who's
Any NASCAR.
leading? Who's in the first place of
the
the
NASCAR
cup?
standings or whatever it is. Yeah. So
That's true.
you know, and I think times are changing that way. Just because, you know, although with Trump being elected, you'd think NASCAR would take off again, but
That was a dumb joke.
Adrian Peterson.
That made no sense.
Adrian Peterson signs a 2-year, $7 million deal with the Saints. Now, before you guys get going, I saw a pretty funny meme, and it said, "Agent" for Adrian Peterson says, "Adrian, what do you want to sign with? Do you want to win a Super Bowl first or make a lot of money?" Adrian Peterson next says, "Neither," and the agent says, "Done," and he signs a 2-year, $7 million deal with the Saints and for basically little money.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Good for the Saints?
Good for both.
Yeah, I mean he's done.
Yeah.
He should have retired after this year, but
He should have. He should have retired a Viking, but
Now, who would you guys rather have this year, Marshawn Lynch or Adrian Peterson?
Marshawn Lynch, no question.
that's tough. Marshawn Lynch has been out of football for a year. You can't
Which
just
is
stay in
fine.
football shape. But then again, resting depends on how he takes care of himself.
Yeah, but again, knowing Marshawn Lynch, he probably had a lot of the hippie lettuce and
Skittles.
probably
And
a lot
Skittles.
Skittles.
Lettuce, I like that.
And Marshawn, he's a weird dude.
Dude, he's
Did you read his?
beast mode, man.
Did you read his?
I take
Did you read
Marshawn
his
Lynch.
letter to Seattle fans?
No.
Oh God, don't even waste your time.
Okay.
The end of it says "straight business"
With disease.
with Z's.
I love it.
That's awesome. Okay, I like Marshawn Lynch.
So-
I'd rather have him.
Rules of golf are adjusted to limit video evidence. So if you guys recall, there was a ladies tournament that a girl, I don't remember her name, had finished a round, and then like 2 hours after the round was disqualified or had lost a couple strokes because of,
I think lost 4 strokes.
was it?
Yeah, and then
Because somebody had emailed in a disqualification or a rule error. So now this rule is in place to avoid penalty if a violation is noticed by the naked eye. So basically what that means is you can no longer send in a video or an email to the officials to overturn a call. What do you guys think about that? Is that good for golf?
They should do that in all sports. Get rid of replay.
you think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Why have refs?
a lot of sports are going opposite.
Why have refs?
What do you mean? Oh, if you're going to do replay?
Yeah.
Because baseball's talked about eliminating the
Yep.
home plate umpire.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
You don't like that,
Absolutely not. No.
really?
No, you keep the home plate umpire and get rid of
Yeah.
that stupid virtual strike zone shit.
You get rid of instant replay.
Okay.
I actually, you know what, Barrett? I'm agreeing with you. Play it how it's called on the field.
Yeah.
Yep,
You gotta
I agree. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm
so,
with you. I'm with
dude,
you.
baseball would be so messed up because, pitchers have to know which umpire's going to be behind the plate
True.
so they know what they get away with, what they're
Right.
known to call. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
No, I know. Like
So,
a high or low strike zone. Yeah.
Their whole game plan
Okay.
would be it's stupid.
I actually agree.
I
Do you
mean,
agree with that, Big Rod? What
No,
do you think?
not really. I think with technology, use the technology you have.
But
Well,
again,
'cause here's the problem though. You got to go all or none. Like I said, I agree. You either have to
Can
just
I,
get rid of replay altogether, or
go all
say
out with
we
it?
are in an animated
Can
world.
I give you a situation for a second? And,
All right.
and I know this for a fact you're going because you stayed up and watched this whole thing with me.
Okay.
First time I think I've ever seen him stay up past like 11 o'clock.
Okay.
National championship game.
Yep.
Remember the very last play?
Of this year? What year? Are we
This
talking?
year, Clemson, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It was an onside kick.
Right.
To end the game.
Yep.
But they had to go. And if it's called on the field the way it was, game over, you celebrate and it's all hype. But because they had to go and review an onside kick,
Right.
you had to halt the natural celebration.
That is true.
And I don't like that.
See, in that part, you're right. I don't
And,
like.
and why?
So
do
all
they
the teams
only
are
have-
sitting there. They're like, "Oh, okay." Clemson's like, "We just won," and they know they won.
They have rules about instant replay too. Like if it's within 2 minutes.
Right, you can use it sometimes. Exactly. That's all you.
it's-
I honestly, I'm telling you, you either have to go all or none. Get rid
Does that
of
make
it,
sense?
or
So
say,
I think
you know what, or say, you know what, as a coach, if you see something, and all of a sudden you've used your 2 challenges, but you see something that's blatantly wrong, and now you tell me you can't use instant replay, so either use it, or
correct.
and
I agree, but
take it out of the coach's hands.
going
And-
or that too.
you know what I'm saying?
That too.
Let's have us 3 in a booth, and if we see it,
Throw a
and,
flag.
and it looks fine, we go to the ref. All right, let's move on. Or all of a sudden we say, hey,
Hey,
hold
let's
up,
review
hold
that.
up,
I
hold
agree
up.
with that.
You know
But
what I mean?
back to my original point, I think that sometimes this whole replay shit takes away from the natural experience of a game.
It does. Like
Like
every
a last second touchdown. If you're caught,
Well,
it's clearly in, but they have to go review it.
I think
it takes it
I
away.
think basketball's worse. Last second shot goes in. Oh, every last second shot now. Hey, we got to review it.
Yeah,
Did-
that's
did
true.
The red light
but
go off.
football's worse if you have to get the 2 feet in.
Well, football they replay every scoring play.
That's
They
why.
replay
That's what I'm
every
saying.
scoring
Like it
play.
just takes away from the natural
But-
emotion of the game, and I don't like that.
No, You have to get rid of replay. Instant replay, get rid of it. Why have umps then? You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm trying to follow this draft thing here, and it's not
That's
working.
fine. Let's move on.
Okay. Jeb Bush and Derek Jeter Group reportedly have an agreement to buy the Marlins. Bear, what do you think? You're a baseball guy. Bengals took John Ross,
I just hope.
receiver out of Washington.
Yep.
Pretty decent pick.
Okay, let's stop talking about the draft. I just hope that they
That's our main
change their
topic.
colors.
Who's that?
The Marlins.
I think they
You
should
don't
go
like
back to the
teal?
Florida Marlins.
Oh no, that's right. They did change. They
They
went.
They're
got
like
the neon green.
orange and
Oh,
black.
that's right.
Neon green, neon
I
orange.
was having a flashback.
Go back to the Florida
were
Marlins.
The teal. I
Yep.
like
Go
the teal.
back to the
With
Florida
the black
Marlins.
and teal.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
They need to go back to that.
'Cause
I
now-
actually said that to you like a
Because now
month
the
ago.
Marlins actually won a World Series, right? When they were Florida.
2003.
With
2003.
Craig Counsell.
Yeah,
In 2003, I believe.
I think it was. Yeah.
They beat the Cubs
yeah.
in the NLCS. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Steve Bartman. You
Yep.
know,
Yes.
Oh,
I love Steve Bartman.
that's
He's
that
my
year.
hero.
Hey, do you think he got like a complimentary World Series ring? Because
No,
you know how the
but-
Cubs did that?
But here's the thing. So, back when, I think it was last year, when the Cubs made the wild card and played the Pirates,
Mhm.
was that it? 2 years ago? I don't know, something like that. They made the playoffs or whatever. Steve Bartman didn't go to a home Cubs game. He went to Pittsburgh to watch the Cubs
Really?
play. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
he's not allowed back in Wrigley.
It's probably true. Even after they won the,
Probably.
even after they won,
Even
it,
now,
they-
just
Yeah.
because general rule, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
all right.
Bear, this might bring up a soft spot for you because I know how rough March was for you in your brackets. Record $439.5 million were bet in Las Vegas in the month of March on basketball.
Wow.
It's record.
That is.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
That is.
it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I don't gamble because
I'm just glad I didn't bet anything looking at
Exactly.
my
That's
bracket.
what I'm saying.
That's why.
There's a reason I don't gamble.
That's why I gave that disclaimer because I said this might be a rough patch, but I know you
Yeah.
didn't bet anything, so it's fine. We already touched on this. The Seahawks and the Raiders agreed to trade, which I need to touch base on you with this, Big Rod, because I still don't understand this. To trade Marshawn Lynch to Oakland, but my confusion is I thought Marshawn Lynch was retired.
Yes.
So
So
how
you
can
can
you
come
trade
back
him?
a free agent.
Right. So why do you trade him?
No, there's something. There is some
Is there
sort
like
of stipulations.
player rights?
No,
You have
but
to trade their rights, or what
no,
is it?
like so if, and I don't know the exact situation, but I'm thinking like if a guy has like a 4-year contract, and after the second year he retires, okay, he's walking away from the contract, but the team still holds his rights. So I think right now it's just they still have his rights when you
Okay.
retire, because it was the same thing when Favre retired from the Packers. Who did he go to first? The Jets, then the Vikings?
No, he went.
No,
oh
he
yeah,
went
it
to the
was
Jets, yeah.
first. Yeah,
I think they still had to work out something,
where they take over the contract.
conditional draft pick.
Can
or
I-
something.
I was confused about that because I was like, wait, why are they trading?
Yeah, so it's,
If
it's
Marshawn
still
retired,
a trade type thing.
Okay.
Let's just put that right there.
Now here's one that really gets me, boys. And we might spend a little bit of time on this, and I apologize. I'm not sure how I feel about this. AJ Hawk is going to retire a Packer, and DeMarcus Ware is going to retire a Cowboy. What are your thoughts on players signing these one-day contracts to retire as their longest tenured team?
I like it.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Baseball do it all the time.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, I think, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, here's my thing, though.
All those guys, first of all,
I think
all
those
these-
guys want to do it.
all
'cause
these
those teams drafted them.
right,
you
and,
know?
and plus they had those glory years with them, because
Yeah.
all these athletes, this entire list is a list of athletes that have tried to hang on too long,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden they're like, well, you know what, I'm retiring, but, you know, my best years were with the Cowboys, my best, you know, and that's
'Cause
the
if
way it
they're-
should be done.
If they get elected to the Hall of Fame or whatever,
Right.
they'd go in as a Cowboy or
Right.
Packer.
Yeah, right, they still have
You
to
know?
make those decisions.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I mean? Like,
You want to go? I don't know. I mean, I think you have to be a for sure Hall of Famer to do it. That's my opinion. Like AJ Hawk is not a Hall of Famer, so I think it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Like
I think I like that.
yeah, but Hawk played, how many, he played all year but one.
no 2 or 3. He played 2 or 3 years in Atlanta.
Did he really?
Yeah, and that's why I don't agree. I don't know if I'm okay with that because he's not a Hall of Famer. So I don't.
But
think
he was
that-
still drafted by the Packers, played 9 years with the Packers.
But still, DeMarcus Ware had his best years in Dallas, made all of his big-time stats there. He's a
And-
for sure Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
So I think that I don't know. I think you need to be a. I think if you can only do it if you know you're going to be a Hall of Famer. Paul Pierce, for example, did he win one or two rings in Boston?
2, I believe.
You know, he won two.
He won at least one, yeah.
He won some rings in Boston, and then his contract ran up, and Boston was like, "Well, you're old, and we're not going to re-sign you." So
And he still wanted to play.
and he still wanted to play. So he went to someone who wanted him, which just so happened that his former coach was in L.A. He went there. I just personally think you need to be a Hall of Famer to go back to your original team. I just think it's kind of stupid if, like, A.J. Hawk, like, I get it, he was a Packer for 10 years, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. So if the Packers are smart enough to let you go because you're old and not good anymore, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't think.
No.
No, I agree. Because, like,
All right, so let's put it this way.
Say you're
I
a
retire from
mediocre-
coaching next year.
Yeah.
Okay? I have my retirement party. What high school do I have my retirement party at?
But you're a potential high school
I'm not.
football
Let's
coach
say,
Hall
let's
of
say I'm
Famer.
not a Hall of Famer. So I retire
You retire
next
as
year.
Beloit Memorial coach then.
you go back to Allman.
No. Dude, high school sports is so much different. You can't even compare that.
No, it's where did you make your name
Okay, yeah.
as a pro
I
athlete?
see both sides. I
College
just-
athlete, high school athlete. Where did you make your name? Where did you do what you did that made you?
But
somewhat
if
famous?
you're not a Hall of Famer, who gives a shit where you retire?
Exactly.
well, let's just put it this way. As AJ Hawk, I didn't even know he played for the Falcons.
2 years at least. I know
That's what
that.
I'm saying, honestly. I mean, I knew he wasn't with the Packers, but I just assumed I don't know, was playing arena ball or something.
You go back to Allman, brother.
Okay, go back to where you start,
Yes.
which again, in Hawk's case, would be the Packers.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I like it, but whatever.
You got
We're going
me
to
there.
move on. Do you guys want to go through the list of notable names or no?
No, not really. I mean, I think we're good there. Or is that our last? No, I was gonna say we got NFL draft. Because I think those guys. I see.
We're
your
a
argument.
little off our game. We took a week off.
No,
We don't
I'm
know
just
what we're
saying,
doing.
my argument is I think that some of these players, it's fine, but there's a lot of these players on this list where it makes sense because most of these guys are Hall of
Yeah,
Famers.
like Jerry Rice.
All right. Well, here, let's just play this, okay? Because again, I'm not that actively involved, but here's what I visualize of these guys, and you tell me if I'm wrong with the team. So Thurman Thomas, Bills; Jerry Rice, 49ers; Emmett Smith, Cowboys; Tim Brown, Raiders; Isaac Bruce, Rams; David Tyree, Giants. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, but remember, he
Oh.
made that freaking
Well,
helmet
again,
catch.
David Tyree, I think. Only
And that's
played
one I don't agree with because
Torrey
he got
Holt?
cut. He didn't.
Right.
He didn't just straight up retire. He got cut and then retired.
So why? Like David Tyree is worse than AJ Hawk. That throws off your whole argument. Torrey Holt was the Rams, McNabb, Eagles,
that
Jeff
helps my
Saturday,
argument.
Colts.
That
so
helps my argument.
what? The David Tyree? You were
Because
saying
if
about
I'm
the
the-
Hall of Fame. He is not going to be in the Hall of
If
Fame.
I'm the Giants, I don't sign him to a one-day deal. He didn't do shit but catch one pass.
All right,
Do you see what I'm saying, Bear?
but does David
Yeah.
Tyree even have a retirement party?
No, probably not. I
Well,
mean,
then,
maybe.
so then it's not. So then,
I'm just saying you don't sign
okay, wait,
a one-day
hold on.
deal unless
Tell-
Who has retirement? Why have a retirement
Well, the
party?
time out. Hold on. So David Tyree, you're telling me David Tyree signed a one-day contract with the
Giants.
to have a retirement party.
After he got cut.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with that because that was the only one thing he ever did. Was he won
And
the
they
Super
won
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl. So that's like having a state ring with that team. Boy, I'm
Shot
good.
at me?
So again,
Is that
no,
so- It is.
I'm just saying
You suck.
every player. Okay. Matter of fact, if I went down this list, I couldn't tell you who this team. Okay, Emmett Smith, I can tell you did play for the Cardinals, but most of these I couldn't even tell you who Donovan.
Tim
McNabb
Brown was
played for.
drafted by the Packers, and I believe he played for the Falcons.
Tim Brown?
Yeah.
No, he was the Raiders.
But he was drafted by Green Bay.
It
Or I'm
doesn't-
thinking of...
No.
it is Tim Brown.
No, Tim Brown was with the Raiders, Tim Brown like this entire.
Who's the
list-
Heisman dude? He did at Michigan.
Desmond Howard.
Okay, I was thinking of him. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Calm down,
that's
calm down.
okay. All right.
Jeff Saturday was a Colt, but played for the Packers for like 3 years, and then went to... He's a Hall of Famer.
But
went back to
the
Indianapolis.
Colts. Absolutely, they drafted
Donovan McNabb played for the Eagles. Was a Redskin for 3 years. Went back to Philly to retire. Torrey Holt was a Ram. Went to God knows where.
See, again, that's what I remember is all the teams that they retired.
Isaac Bruce was a Raider. Jerry Rice was a Raider. Emmett Smith was a Cardinal. Thurman Thomas was a Ram, and then went to I don't remember where he went to.
No, Thurman Thomas was a Bill.
He went to the Raiders and then went back to the Bills.
Yes, because Thurman Thomas was their running back for all 4 Super Bowl last
All I'm saying is I think
And they didn't win one. How
No,
freaking crazy.
That's awful. 4 in a row.
Law of averages. They have to
It's,
win one.
exactly. It's
They
crazy.
broke the law of averages.
They did.
all I'm saying, boys, is I think that in order to sign a one-day contract with that team, I think you have to be a cemented.
How do you go to
Hall
4
of Famer.
straight Super Bowls and not win one? Tell me.
Well, there were a couple reasons. One, at that time, I think the NFC.
No, I watched the 30 for 30. I know.
Holy shit, boy. The Chiefs drafted a quarterback, and it wasn't Deshaun Watson.
Who was it?
Patrick Mahomes. That's dumb.
That is.
That's very
Dude, I'm
dumb.
telling you, Deshaun Watson is not that good.
Yes.
I
Oh
told
my
you
God.
he was going to fall late
Okay,
round,
what was
or
the
late first
score?
round.
What was the score of the Clemson Ohio State game?
30. Oh, Clemson, Ohio State.
Yeah, this year. National championship runner-up.
National
What
championship
score?
game was 32-24.
What was the Clemson Ohio
32-28.
State game?
I'm sorry. And then the Clemson, Ohio State. You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
This
a
up.
blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clemson, Ohio State game
Yep.
from when this year?
Yeah. It was a blowout. It was like a 20-something point game.
31-0. Clemson.
Or
31-0.
Yeah.
Ohio State secondary, all 4 projected to be drafted in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft
Correct. What's your point?
against Deshaun Watson. 31 points, 31-0.
So you're
So-
saying take Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought you were opposite, and I was like, wait a second.
No, I'm telling you right now. Okay, who has your boy that the Bears?
Trubisky!
Who did they beat?
I don't know. He's just killing. He's
Who
a Packer
gives
fan.
a shit who they beat?
He's a
It's
fucking
North Carolina.
Frickin' Packer fan.
They don't even play
They
anybody.
play in the
No,
ACC,
the
so they had to
ACC
be.
sucks.
Did they beat Florida State? No, I don't know. I actually don't know. Who did they beat?
Let's see.
They had a couple big ones.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson beats Ohio State and Alabama, who will probably account on their defenses alone for about 12
Deshaun
to
Watson-
14 NFL draft picks.
Deshaun Watson has...
I
Crazy
agree. I
ass
actually
receivers.
personally like.
Dude,
I
his
mean,
receivers saved him in the national championship game.
Come
Number
on,
7?
no.
Who's
Come
number 7?
on.
Mike Williams.
Oh, that was a hell of a catch, but still,
Exactly.
it
that's
doesn't
that's
matter.
2 or 3 plays. I personally, Bear, I do like Trubisky. Don't get me wrong.
He
I
led
think-
Clemson
and I'm very
to a
excited.
national title. Clemson. We're
And
not
he almost
talking
went, and
LA.
he almost went to 2.
Here, let me ask you this.
I'm very excited for Trubisky.
Why do quarterbacks only have the stat for wins and losses?
They don't. What I'm
Yes,
saying.
they do.
No. You
If
are
you look
okay,
at stats
hold on.
at a quarterback, they
Time
have
out.
wins and losses.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
You're
do.
thinking pitchers. You're a baseball guy.
No.
No one keeps track.
Look
of
at... What do you mean? They talk about Peyton Manning having like the most wins ever, or whatever.
Well, that's records, whatever. The
And-
quarterback the most wins.
They
My
look
point-
at wins and
listen,
losses
my-
to quarterbacks.
My point is
they
not,
do.
My point is not drafting on wins and losses. My point is, okay, would you rather have?
You just told me they beat Alabama. That's a win.
Well, I know, but it's a
You're
win
talking-
against a top
You
team.
can't look at wins and losses.
Yes, you can
No.
because okay, would you rather have a quarterback? Okay, you guys just drafted a quarterback that looks great in drills. The Bears did. He looks great. He looks good. He looks the part. He's a big, tall, athletic dude. He does the drop back and this.
And Deshaun Watson's sitting behind 300-pound offensive linemen while Trubisky's sitting behind 220. You know what I mean?
He is not. There
That's
is no-
over-exaggeration. It's an exaggeration,
Yeah,
but,
but-
I'm just trying to make a point.
Clemson's offensive
can't look
line.
at wins and losses.
Clemson's offensive line is no better than North Carolina. What was their running?
What?
You're
They're
no.
national champs.
Big
Get
Rod,
out
if
of
you're-
here.
Because of Deshaun Watson. That's my whole point. Thank
I'm with
you
you
very
there. I'm
much.
sorry.
Oh my
You got
God.
me.
No,
North
no,
Carolina
no.
didn't beat. They beat Duke.
North
Wow,
Carolina.
That's a big win.
They beat Florida State. They beat Miami. They beat Virginia Tech. And who's the next best team in that? Lost to NC State. That's their one bad loss. They lost by 7.
Okay. So who they beat in the bowl game?
But you cannot look at a quarterback from wins and losses.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
cannot.
Big Rod,
Okay.
if you're a great quarterback
you
on a
cannot
shitty
look
team,
at quarterbacks.
Okay, here you go. All right.
I'm with you, Bear.
You guys are a coach.
they
okay.
beat Georgia.
Would you rather?
And they lost to Stanford by 1.
Yeah. Would you rather have
Just
a
saying.
5'9" kid who can scramble around, but he's going to rise up to the occasion and win some games, or the guy who's back there looks pretty in the pocket? He's going to win some games because he's talented, but
Depends what kind of offense.
So
I'm
are
running.
you-
Hold
wait,
on. The
are
main
you-
thing
so-
is that he's
so
a
wait.
salty Packer fan.
no, are you telling?
Yes, you are,
no,
Big Rod.
I'm a Deshaun
Mitch
Watson.
I'm a Deshaun Watson fan too, but as a Bear fan, I love the fact that the Bears were aggressive enough to grow some frickin' balls and draft a quarterback for the future.
I know it would have been great in 2012
No.
So if Deshaun Watson's so great, why is he not drafted yet?
because everyone thinks of him as they're measuring arm strength, they're measuring all this stuff at the combine.
So you're telling
instead
me
of a guy
Patrick
who's a gamer.
Mahomes from Texas Tech?
Yep, that's a bust. That's a bust.
Yeah, why?
I'll write it down right now. Who drafted him?
Kansas City.
They're terrible.
That's stupid.
It's a terrible.
I like Deshaun Watson, but now you know.
I don't like-
damn well Cleveland's going to make a move to get
I
Deshaun
don't
Watson
like
now, right?
Looking at
am I right?
quarterbacks with
They
wins
better.
and losses.
They have to. Cleveland's got to move
I'm
up.
not talking about wins and losses.
You
I'm talking
were.
a
Your
gamer.
whole argument was wins and losses.
Is he a gamer? Clemson.
Trubisky's a gamer. Watch his game film.
Oh yeah. He did great against Ohio State.
Okay.
He didn't play. My point is that
Figure out
I
clear-
know Deshaun Watson. If the game is on the line and I'm the coach, I'm not getting nervous with Deshaun Watson out there because he has played through some big games and he's got the cojones to get
But
after
Bears also got a very good point. You can recruit you had this when we talked about frickin' Nick Saban. At Alabama, we're going to go this way. At Clemson, you can recruit a different kind of guy than you can at North Carolina. Which means at Clemson, you're going to have the top
Clemson's in South Carolina. They're almost identical.
You're missing the point, Big Rod. Clemson
No,
is a powerhouse team.
They are not. Their last national title was 1981.
They went to back-to-back national
because of
championships.
Deshaun Watson.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
Not
Because of
because
Deshaun
of
Watson.
one player.
Dude,
Football is a
QB
team sport. You
Who's their
cannot
head?
go to
Who's their head coach?
Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah, Dabo Sweeney. He's
You're
going to lead a
kid-
powerhouse.
you're telling
Clemson
me-
is 5-5 next
You're
year.
telling me one player can take a team
A
to a
football
national
team.
championship?
Deshaun
No.
Watson can.
Maybe a basketball
Wow.
team,
No.
but not a football
Wow.
team.
Okay. Clemson next year, 6-5, 7-5. They're going to
So you can say the same thing about Alabama.
No,
Offensively,
Alabama
Jalen
is going
Hurts in that national championship
Alabama
game.
is going to have 8 defensive guys drafted in the NFL. How many is Clemson? How many Clemson guys are going in the
Dude,
NFL?
if Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt,
They win that game.
yeah, absolutely.
How many Clemson guys are going to go in the draft tonight?
Or not Jalen Hurts, their running back.
Whatever. his
How many
name
guys from Clemson are going to the draft tonight?
Well, you see,
We don't know.
they are probably going to have 2 in the top 20.
Yes. And then after that?
Well, they got the offensive lineman.
Deshaun Watson won't go in the top 20,
Yeah.
guarantee it.
I don't know. It's the
Alabama will have 8.
Cleveland's
8
on
to
the
10 people
they're
pick.
actually Cleveland's going to take Deshaun Watson right here.
So, Cleveland did trade up?
No, they have.
Oh, they did have
Pick
that
12.
draft pick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're telling me one player can change the game that
I'm
much?
saying
Not in football.
no. I'm saying
That's
that
what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Bear, I'm with you, man.
no.
Big Rod is full of it. There's no way Deshaun
Okay.
Watson is the only reason Clemson has lost like 4 games in the last 2 years. Absolutely no way.
Okay.
You have to have a defense. You have to have good coaching.
Yeah,
Remember-
they
Remember
Ohio
that-
State didn't score any points.
So you're
on their
telling me,
defense.
Big Rod, the reason we won as many games as we did in 2 years was because I was the quarterback?
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm saying.
you're not Deshaun Watson.
Baloney, I am. You're just a good coach, and I had good players around me. That's my argument.
No,
I was a quarterback that was good in the system.
Okay, listen.
But because you were my coach,
No, you
and I
guys-
had great teammates, we won a lot of games and made a good run.
But
You're saying because Deshaun
No.
Watson can make a couple good throws.
my point is, you
You're-
tried
no.
to make Clemson out to be a football powerhouse.
They
It is
are a
not.
football powerhouse.
They are not a football powerhouse.
I'm gonna Google Clemson right now.
bet
Let's
you
go
they have-
Clemson records.
I bet you they have one of the best recruiting classes this year. Moving on.
Oh well, yeah.
Alabama's Reuben Foster and Michigan's Jabril Peppers tested positive for a diluted urine sample. Does this hurt their draft stock? Obviously, we're still very fresh in the draft. What do you think, Big Rod? Does it hurt it?
What's that?
Were you listening?
No, I'm going to recruiting classes.
I think it doesn't hurt them because they're still solid players and they're still going to get drafted real high. Reuben Foster was not invited to the draft after he was sent home after getting into an argument with a hospital worker during
Clemson finished 26th under Mississippi State, Washington, UCLA.
Okay. 26. That's still pretty
Yep.
good.
Well, it's better
26.
than Wisconsin, but
Hold on.
Wisconsin does. So they finished 26th. in
Let's go
recruiting classes.
to we're talking about
But the main thing of this, Big Rod,
Clemson-
is you're hating on the fact that the Bears drafted Trubisky over
No, I'm
Watson.
not.
we're
Whatever.
talking about
No,
Clemson
listen.
not being a powerhouse.
Watson. I think Watson is a risk. I wouldn't have picked him at 2. I wouldn't have picked Trubisky.
Clemson
at 2.
from 2009 has finished in the top 2 of their conference.
That's the ACC.
So they've been
the
first
ACC is
and
terrible.
second. Let's see what else.
So
Conference
just tell me
champion.
wins by season.
Okay. Where do you want me to start?
Let's go back to 2010. Just go here.
2010. Okay, 2010 wasn't a good year.
What was
It's
it?
6 and 7, but they went
Okay.
10 and 4, 11 and 2, 11 and 2, 10 and 3, 14 and 1, 14 and 1.
Exactly. 2
'Cause
losses.
So
in
they've
2 years.
lost-
Deshaun Watson has
No.
been there. No, how many years has Deshaun Watson been there? Last 4, right? He's a true 4-year guy, correct?
I don't
So-
think so.
Okay, well, we can check that. But before that, okay, so go back to,
True 4-year would take us to 2013.
yep,
Which they're not even in. Okay, they're 11-2 in 2013.
yeah. So, no, they were up and coming. Dabo is doing okay, but I'm just saying. It's
Dabo didn't come until 2014.
Regard, my point being is I don't.
One
I'm
player
not-
does not change the
I'm
game.
not saying you're wrong about Deshaun Watson. I actually would not have. Either way, if the Bears take Trubisky or Watson at 2, that's fine. I think I would be okay with either. I'm actually very okay with either.
This isn't about the Bears. I'm just saying Deshaun
Well,
Watson.
you were bashing that pick right when they picked
Because
him.
if I were a GM, I would take Deshaun Watson over anybody because he's a winner.
He's not. Come on.
And I'm not
You
talking
can't-
wins as losses.
you
I'm
are.
talking there are kids that you know when you meet them, if the game is on the line, I want you in that spot.
I think
I want you on that wall. I need you on that wall.
Okay, I think you're saying this because you never watched. We've never seen a North Carolina game on TV.
Right.
Maybe that's what you're
That could
saying.
be. You're right. I just see him. He looks mechanical. He looks like a great sort of combine guy.
The Browns traded out of the 12th pick
Really?
to Houston. So is Houston going to take Deshaun Watson?
A lot of experts have Deshaun Watson fallen.
Well, yeah, he's not that good.
Oh my goodness,
All right,
that's
we'll see.
crazy. I can't believe Leonard Fournette went.
I'm
as high as
telling
he
you, man. He's overrated. He
Who's
has a
that?
lot of players
Who?
helping him.
You think Deshaun? I don't think he's overrated. I just think that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm okay. The long story short, I'm happy that the Bears traded up to get Trubisky.
No, I know, and that's fine. Like I said, I don't have that. This wasn't even about the Bears pick. I'm just saying that Deshaun Watson is a guy. If I'm an NFL executive, I want him on my team.
Yeah, I don't doubt. I like Deshaun Watson. I do. I just think that
No, I do too. I just don't think he's better than Mark Trubisky.
We'll see.
Mitch.
Mitch. Why did I
He's
say
a Bear
Mark-
fan.
I was thinking of Mark Rand.
Oh yeah, because he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark Rand.
Ohio State corner Garyon Conley accused of rape early this month. Is it ironic to you guys that these kind of stories come out right before these guys are about to make a lot of money in the draft?
I'm not even listening right now. What did you say?
Yeah, and I think the Packers are going to grab Conley in the second round and Mixon in the third because in Green Bay you can't get into trouble unless you're James Lofton, but that's an old story. Or Mark
Right.
Chimura, and that was when he's near Milwaukee.
What's the most important thing to you guys during
That's
this?
for all your older listeners out there because these guys didn't catch those references.
No, not at all. What's the most important thing during the interview process for these teams during the draft process? Like, why does the Wonderlic matter for football? Big Rod, this is all down your alley, man.
Yeah, you have to be smart. I'll never forget when I had when I talked to Travis when he was talking about coming out for the draft. That was the one thing I told him. I said, "Listen, you're gonna interview with people, and once they understand who you are, your draft stock will go up." Although, I believed like a lot of people. I'll never forget how much that pick in the first round by the Cowboys just got ripped to shreds by the Cowboy press. That why did they draft a guy in the first round? Because the first round is today on Thursday, so the newspapers have all kinds of time to digest this, and they were just ripping it, saying, oh, you could have had this guy in the third round and stuff like that.
Speaking of this third round stuff, Big Rod, you were seeing that Patrick Mahomes is a bust?
Yeah.
Listen to this. The Chiefs trade up 17 spots to get this guy. They traded this year's first rounder. Let's see. A first rounder and 2 second rounders from next year to get this guy.
because at the combine he throws the deep ball. So did Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell could throw like 70 yards on his knees.
That's what I'm saying. Arm strength. Oh,
He
it's
did
got to
a
be arm
great.
strength.
He did a great
How many-
job
okay,
in the Raiders.
Texans took Deshaun Watson.
Did they?
Yep.
There you go.
That's not a bad pick.
No, because
Bust.
I just want to go back to this. I'm not going to beat the whole quarterback thing, but quarterbacks at combines, think about this when they talk about arm strength. Okay, first of all, you need a lot of arm strength to throw like a deep comeback or something like that. How many times in the NFL does a quarterback go deep?
Not really.
I've seen
No.
Aaron Rodgers do
Aaron Rod-
it
but
a lot
they
of
do,
times.
They do a scramble drill like 90% of the time.
Yeah, and I was going to say, a lot of
Because
times when
of
he
Aaron
throws
Rodgers.
deep, it's on a scramble. It's not even a set.
It's not a set
thing.
play.
So-
Now, can I just? I know we're pushing for time here. I just want to get you guys' take on this. Does Houston, if let's just say they sign Romo, do they not trade up?
Dude, Romo's
Romo's
podcasting.
gone. Romo's
Not
dead.
podcasting.
I know,
He's broadcasting.
No, he's
I know,
going to be
but I'm saying
podcasting
if
with
they-
us too. I'm working on getting him here for
if they
the
sign
new
Romo,
season.
do they not trade up?
What?
for
Oh
this
yeah,
12?
right. But they did get Deshaun Watson.
They got
All right.
Deshaun Watson.
All right, I'm a Texans fan now.
And
All right,
Houston-
where are we at on this
We're
here?
almost done here. You guys didn't answer that question. I'm just gonna move on.
What's that?
Is the one look important?
Absolutely. I think some of these guys, some of these young people coming out of college because they've been coddled so much in high school, don't understand how much.
Patrick Mahomes. I'm
If
sorry.
No, I think it is.
If
I think it
if
matters
you
so
can't
much.
interview and sound intelligent, they're going to pass on you. I mean, and plus, so let's go back to Mixon for a minute, okay? Just because I think the Packers should draft him, but if I'm sitting down with Mixon,
You think really?
yeah, and he comes across as a not real bright guy, all of a sudden I'm saying, you know what, I'm not drafting this guy. If he comes out and he's a well-spoken guy and he talks about, that was, I was young, it was terrible, I did this, and that, things like that, I think the interview process is much
job interview.
much more important than the combine. I think the combine is probably the most
I think-
overrated
I think I would
bullshit
agree.
they put these
I
co-
agree.
college.
I
I mean, matter of fact, Travis told me flat out because, by the way, he still holds the distinction of running the slowest 40
Nope, not
time
anymore.
ever. What? Oh, so,
It was-
no, of a first round pick.
Oh, okay.
Slowest 40 time ever of any first
I'll
round
say
pick
it was
when he
bro-
ran a
it-
5.5.
Do you consider that? Is that a broken record or is that
I'm not sure how you would consider that.
Okay.
Okay.
Big Rod? Or actually, I'm gonna go Bear first. You ready for this, Bear?
Yeah.
If you were drafted this year, what round, what pick, and what position would you be?
6th round, 299 quarterback.
All right.
Quarterback.
Yeah, man. Do you know 6th round, 299 overall? Tom
Tom
Brady. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
Bear was always underrated. I agree with that. I completely agree.
Big Rod, go ahead. Give me your.
He's
give
the
me.
best quarterback to ever live.
Give me the round you were drafted, the pick, and what position.
11th round, tight end, drafted by the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, you wanted who I'd get drafted by?
Yeah. Well, that too.
Oh, that's the Bears.
But why?
299
There's not even
overall.
11 rounds, brother.
There was when I was in high school or college.
Really?
Yeah, there was 12. So that's why I threw that out there, just to
Okay.
educate you guys a little bit.
I would go first round, 9th overall, kicker.
No, the Bears would trade up for him.
You'd go 2 overall. No.
See that? It's funny because this is gonna be a running joke, but Big Rod, I'll bet you a case of Busch Light right now. The Bears beat the Packers twice this year.
Oh, that's fine.
Ooh.
We're in.
Case of Busch
We're
Light.
in.
That's-
You betcha.
You see it?
I like
We're
it.
in.
I like it.
We're in. Okay, hold on though. While we're doing this bet, I think you two should bet. I'm throwing this question out because I'm not
This is
invested in
gonna
the
be Deshaun
Bears.
Watson versus Trubisky.
No. Who is the starting quarterback week 1 for the Bears?
Trubisky.
Yeah.
It has
Oh.
to be. You
Yeah,
drafted him.
guaranteed.
You moved up for him. You drafted him 2nd overall. He
So-
better be.
Guaranteed.
I don't know who it's going to be, but
If
I'm
he's
telling you
not
as a
starting
Bear fan-
quarterback, I'll be a Vegas Raiders fan.
I agree. If he's not, if you move up in the draft one spot and then you get rid of 4 picks to get this guy, he damn well better be your starter.
Okay, that was just what I was wondering. Okay,
Do you? That's my theory, Big Rod. Let me ask you.
no, I agree.
If you draft a quarterback in the top 10,
think
he better be your starter.
I think, yeah, I agree. If you pick anybody in the top 10, they better start for you.
Correct.
Even though
That's my
I
theory.
think college quarterbacks are better to,
I do too.
So
But
it's-
if you're desperate and and everyone knows the NFL's a quarterback-driven league,
yeah.
and let's face it, Mike Glennon,
I
probably
didn't even-
not any better.
I didn't even know who he was.
Exactly. He's probably not better even under an experienced Trubisky.
Well, we're gonna.
So it better be Trubisky.
You guys are gonna find out.
What would your main draft question be to a potential draft pick during an interview, Big Rod?
My main question.
Yeah, like the one weird question. What would you?
Huh?
pick?
All right.
I always hear on the radio that, like, especially I listen to Dan Patrick a lot,
Yeah.
and all these before the draft, obviously these guys came on the show and were like, and Dan Patrick would ask him like, hey, what was the weirdest question they'd ask you? And there were some pretty weird ones. What would you pick?
What would I pick? You just got benched. The guy in front of you just scored a touchdown. The guy that was just put in front of you scored a touchdown. How do you react?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That you find out character and shit.
Yeah.
I like that. I'd probably ask him what's his favorite beer. And then if he says Miller Lite, we don't want you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I personally don't know what I would. I want to really just to hear what you guys had to say. That I don't know. The weirdest one I heard
You're in
was
a hotel room with hookers, crack, and marijuana,
Which one do
and
you
someone
pick?
knocks on the door. What do you do?
the weirdest one I heard was, and it's not really weird. It's just crazy because I never thought of it, but it would. And I know the answer, but like on the spot, I think I would freak out. They go, where does the sun rise and where does the sun set?
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Rises in the east,
east
sets in the west.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty easy one, but if you're like face to face with these GMs, I think I'd freeze. You know.
You just
No.
got to go in there with a couple beers in your system.
Big Rod, this is going to be a good one for you. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what you have to say on this one. What's the biggest draft bust you can remember?
It's got to be Ryan Leaf. A lot of people forget. He's drafted second by the Chargers, but most people were saying pick him over Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Most people were saying, most people were saying because he looked the part. He looked good in the drills.
He's going back to Trubisky.
I know, he's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable, man.
I'm just saying. The other one, because being a Packer fan,
Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
because being a Packer fan, a lot of people forget this. The Packers drafted Tony Mandrich ahead of Barry
Because
Sanders.
he was on roids.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, and he was
Big
just jacked up on roids.
Okay.
Terrible. Like
Who do you got there?
he probably couldn't see his own testicles when he
Biggest
was
draft bust that I can remember is Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, I was going there too.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
Raiders, first overall,
Yeah.
the Raiders. Yeah.
He was like 6'6", 230.
What did he played like 2 seasons something?
It was.
I mean,
think
it was
like
more
4,
than that, but he was benched the last two.
Yeah, all the time.
Well, yeah, he was bad. I actually, one of the biggest draft busts I remember was, I think he was a top 5 pick if I'm not mistaken, but Matt Leinart.
Yeah.
Remember
Yep.
him? USC days, he was projected.
Yeah,
to be
he was
Glory
one of those
days,
I
man.
threw,
Heisman Trophy
threw around
player.
there with first-round quarterbacks.
Yeah, and he was nothing. He played for the Cardinals and didn't do shit. Last but not least, before we get to what's on our mind, you see all these guys, boys, that are like these NFL draft experts, and they come out with these mock drafts, and you can only look at these mock drafts if you're like an ESPN, insider. How would you feel if you were Todd McShay or Mel Kiper and you were paid a yearly salary to do coverage for an event that happens 4 days out of the year?
I'd be bored out of my mind.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd just go golfing all year except for the 4 days. And
And just make
In
stuff
April.
up, really. All you have to do is... you know,
literally.
or you could
You just look at the top best names, and then you just start
'em around every day.
shuffle them around.
I mean, how about this? If you're an NFL scout and you're getting paid like by the Packers, I'm an NFL scout. Would I just join ESPN Insider and just watch that and screw going out to all these college days and stuff? I could say I'm out there and write it off as expensive while I'm golfing and stuff like that. I mean, really, do we need that much evaluation? Because I think it's overkill. But it's kind of cool because now the NFL draft has almost become like
It's like a reality.
it's almost become like Sweet 16 or Final Four, whatever you want to call it, where now they're going to pick a different location every year. You're going to bid. I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. It's
money.
exactly. It's all about money and promotion. NFL does a great job of promoting.
Bear, what's on your mind, man?
I'm moving in a couple weeks. So
That's
that's
right.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, hold on.
Starting to pack stuff up.
All right.
You know.
Yeah, congrats.
Good
That
for you, man.
sounds fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not there on moving weekend, are we okay? Because,
Yeah,
is-
that's fine.
all right.
I don't have that much stuff.
Okay, that's right. I mean, you guys should pretty low key.
Big guy, what's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, the weekend before Claire moves, I turned 50.
Holy shit! Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's true. We're getting weird. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. We almost have to have a 50th birthday party.
Oh, absolutely.
Sort of broadcast or
Oh,
something.
absolutely.
That'd be sweet.
But no, that's on my mind.
Half a
all,
century. Man.
all of a sudden, Wisconsin, our weather that pissed me off. I was not prepared for this today.
I wasn't either.
We
Somebody asked
went
what's on
from
my mind.
5 days of 70s to 36
Oh,
degrees
it
today.
was 74 at the very least for the last 3 days. 4 days.
All right, what's on your mind?
and then
No
it
one
was
ever asked
30,
me-
30 something today.
I just want to say, starting in season 2, I no longer want to say, oh, I'll tell you what's on my mind because it sounds stupid.
All right, so
What's
what's
on
on
your
your mind?
I'm
you
a very
okay?
excited Bears fan. What'd you say?
He said, "Are you okay?"
Oh God, here we go. I'm a very excited Bears fan, even though I think that they could have addressed their defense right away. I'm excited that Ryan Pace grew a nutsack and said, you know what, I'm gonna go get my guy because I think
I let him
traded-
borrow mine.
Ryan Pace traded up because I think he saw something in Trubisky. So I hope it works out. I hope the Bears. I'm not expecting them to be like a playoff team in the next couple of years, but I think
Oh, I do.
slowly but surely they will make progress and finally make their way back to where they were. I do, however, stick to my guns, and I will bet a case of Busch Light that the Bears beat the Packers twice this year.
I like it.
All right.
Season 2 premiere, boys. That was it. All right, we'll be back. Are we coming back Saturday, or are we going to stick to it in the middle of the week?
Depends what the weather is.
Right.
Yeah, Saturdays become kind of tough, as football season nears. So
Yeah, that's true. So we'll I mean, regardless, you're going to get a podcast once a week. We just don't know when. All right, so we'll be back sometime next week. This is the Big Rob Bear in the Basement Boys Show.